Hello, everyone. Today, we are going to hear an amazing story about a lazy boy who turned out to be very clever. By the end of this story, we will learn how a lazy person can change and become hardworking. We will also learn some easy English words and sentences in a fun way. So, watch till the end. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Ryan who lived in a small village with his parents. Their little house was near the edge of the village. Ryan was known for being very lazy. Every day, he helped his father in the rice fields. His job was to scare away the birds that tried to eat the crops. Most people used sticks or slingshots, but Ryan didn't like moving around too much. So, he made a smart setup using wooden poles and ropes around the field. By pulling the ropes, he could scare the birds away while lying down and resting. Although Ryan always completed his work, his father worried about his lazy habits. He often thought, what will happen if I get sick? How will Ryan manage everything alone? One summer, during a very dry season, Ryan's father became seriously ill. Ryan now had to take care of the whole farm by himself. He tried his best, but he was not used to working hard. Slowly, the crops began to dry out because they were not getting enough water. One night, Ryan sat under the stars feeling sad and helpless. He thought, why didn't I work harder before? Now my family may lose everything. The next morning, Ryan heard people talking excitedly in the village. A soldier had arrived from the king's palace to announce a big competition. The winner would receive a chest full of gold. Ryan quickly thought, this money could save my family. Without wasting time, he decided to join the competition. The villagers laughed at him. They said, how can a lazy boy compete against strong people from across the kingdom? But Ryan ignored them. He traveled for 3 days to reach the king's palace. His parents were not sure he could win, but they hoped this journey would change him. Finally, the competition began. All the contestants stood beside a huge lake. Most of them looked strong and athletic, which made Ryan nervous. Then the rules were announced. Everyone had to cross the lake, and the first three people would move to the next round. Three, two, one, go! Everyone jumped into the water and started swimming fast. But Ryan stayed back. He knew he could not beat them by swimming. Suddenly, he got an idea. He ran into the nearby forest, collected broken branches, and quickly built a small raft. Then he used a piece of wood as a paddle. Ryan smiled and thought, the challenge is to cross the lake, not to swim across it. While the others became tired from swimming, Ryan slowly moved ahead on his raft. One by one, he passed many contestants and finally reached the finish line in third place. The crowd was shocked. Ryan had qualified for the final round. The next day, the final challenge started. Each contestant received a huge wooden block. They had to move it 1 kilometer to the finish line. Behind them were different tools, but they could choose only one. The first contestant picked a rope to pull the block. The second chose a wooden stick to use as a lever. Ryan stood quietly and thought carefully. I can't win with strength, he said to himself. I need to use my brain. After thinking for a while, Ryan picked a small knife. The crowd became confused. How could a tiny knife help move such a heavy block? But Ryan had a different plan. Instead of pushing the block, he began carving it into a round shape. After working for an hour, he finally turned the heavy block into a large wooden ball. Now, instead of dragging the block, Ryan simply rolled the ball forward. While the others struggled with their heavy blocks, Ryan moved ahead easily. In the end, he crossed the finish line first. The crowd cheered loudly. Nobody expected the lazy boy to become the winner. This story teaches us an important lesson. Sometimes lazy people can also be very smart, but to achieve success, they need a strong reason to work hard. For Ryan, that reason was his family. So, whenever you feel lazy, remember your goals, your dreams, and the people you love. A strong purpose can give you the motivation to do your best. And remember, learning English can be fun when you practice with stories like this. Keep learning, keep improving, and keep growing. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next diary story.